Okay, so people, thanks to my girl Amy at Lionsgate UK, I got the opportunity to check out um, The Pod Generation. This is the new film from Sophie Barthes, right? She wrote and directed it. It's actually her first film in 9 years. You know, she did Madame Bovary in 2014. So, yeah, if you've been waiting for the next one, here it is. Okay. So, the film is produced by Nadia Kamalici, Genevieve Lemal, Martin Metz, and Jan Zenu. It's executive produced by Sarah Woodhatch, Herv Ruet, Adrian Polowitzki, Paul Nelson, Benjamin Minku, Nessa McGill, Jamie Matthios Tick, Nathaniel Kamitz, Sierra Garcia, Emilia Clarke, David Ben Sadoun, and Sophie Barthes. It is co-produced by Valerie Berlemont, Jean-Francis Camilleri, Tanguy Dekesker, Philippe Lugui, Geraldine Ohana, Raphael Pechette, and Oliver Ruskill. It's line produced by Sabine Schneck. Boom, yep, and that's it. Evergweni Galperine and Saka Galperine handled the music. Adri Pash was on cinematography. Oliver Bugcoot and Ron Patan edits the piece. Dixie Chassis, Celine Dowell, Nicholas Ronchi, and Matthias Soborn were on casting duties. Production design is from Clement Price Thomas, while Stephen Rubens is on art direction. Set decoration is Marion Mikul and Lucas Tangi, while Emmanuel Yokovonsky was on costume design. So, our cast. We have got Rachel Novi, played by Emilia Clarke. Her husband, Alvy, is played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. Her Rachel's best friend, I think, probably, Alice, is played by Vinette Robinson. There's Josh, played by Benedict Landsbert-Noon. Alice's HR director, played by Aslin Farrell. Who else do we have? Ben is played by Gilles Debut. The nurse that Rachel and Albie always deal with is played by Anne-Marie Agboji. Rachel's father is played by James Gentile. Her mother is played by Mylene de Anjou. There's Stephen, played by Ken Samuels. Anna, played by Jade Wheeler. Peter, played by Matthias van der Sand Bukazun. Vera, played by Michelle Scully. Valerie is played by Jennifer Smith Ferrier. And that is probably all the main cast that we see, I would probably say. So the gist of the film is this: set in the very near future. Set in the very near future world where AI is all the rage and technology has trumped nature in nearly every aspect of life. The pod generation follows Rachel and Alfie, a New York couple who are ready to start a family. As a rising tech company executive, Rachel lands a coveted spot at the womb center, which offers couples the opportunity to share pregnancy on a more equal footing by the way of mobile artificial wombs or pods. Alvy, a botanist and devoted purist about the natural environment, has doubts, but his love for Rachel prompts him to take a leap of faith. And so begins the wild ride on their tech-paved path to parenthood. So yes, that's the gist of things. I would say I don't necessarily feel that, you know, Pegasus created the pods for a more equal footing in pregnancy. It like in that way. I think it's more of you know, it kind of gives women the opportunity to continue their careers, right, without having to take time off, and it creates a more equal footing on that basis. That's what it kind of seemed more about. But it's always an interesting one when you have a film and it's like set in the future, but you think, okay, where, and it's like in the in the mere decent near like in the near future. Yes, let's just say that, right? Because it allows a low budget film to be sci-fi without having to kind of invent all this crazy tech and use mad effects and all of this kind of stuff. And a lot of the stuff shown here is stuff that has been, or in its early implementation days at the moment, right? Like they were leaning heavily on 3D printing, which, you can 3D print a lot of stuff here. I know they 3D print some foods, but it's not on a commercial tilt yet. But it seems in this future, yeah, they're 3D printing. Like, he 3D printed some toast. It looked weird. It didn't look like toast. Yeah, it looked odd. I don't know. But it was just different things like that, which is always interesting. The plants, you can buy units that grow all the herbs and stuff inside, like those, like, modern futuristic type greenhouses. That's a thing. You know what I mean? So all of that is interesting. But what is really interesting is I think it's Rachel and Alvy's approach to this. How Alvy, as mentioned, right, he's a botanist, so he's all about the natural world. And Rachel, I think she likes the idea of using the womb center because, she's just got a promotion at work, and she doesn't have to take time off. She doesn't have to kind of fuck up her body. And you get the sense that that is the kind of maybe fuck up the body is a bit strong, you know what I mean? But I think it sounds to her like it's this easier route. And not that it's just like, oh, I can't be but like, normal pregnancy takes a toll, right? Takes a toll. You have to take time off work, your body changes, just all of those things. And it must sound mad daunting, right? So if you could circumvent that, you know what I mean? I can understand why people would be like, you know what? Let's do this, right? But yeah, they don't quite agree on it. But as mentioned, Alfie loves Rachel and he decides to go ahead. And then it's kind of the film looks at how this situation can influence the way this couple evolve and grow and move forward with the pregnancy, which is interesting, right? It was interesting, and I think you can see how these changes could happen. You know what I mean? I think all of that, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Like, I think the film is interesting. I did enjoy it, but here's the thing, right? It's interesting, it's good. The acting is good, all of that stuff. It's just a little simple though, right? Because we have, people's opinions change and, we're looking at this situation and everything like that. But it is a bit kind of black and white, right? It's either you're down for this or you're down for this. There's not kind of like, there's when Alvy's like, I don't like the pod idea. Now he's eating 3D printed toast, right? Consuming a load of 3D stuff, right? He's using AI all the time, right? They've basically got like Siri, Alexa type, things playing and interacting with them. Like the therapist is AI, right? So you don't get him going, I mean, I get it. We use AI for this and this, and we're doing this. So I kind of get it, but I'm just trying to get my head around. It's just like, don't like it. No, don't want it. Don't like it. It's not natural, you know? And I just think there would be more to that story, right? We just don't explore that. And then as we hit that, second half of the film, again, like some of the arguments are very black and white. So it would have been nice to get a little bit more nuance. Or even if they're like, you know what, I like AI for this, not for that. Or, because I mean, Alfie is a bit against the AI therapist, but again, he is using AI around the house all the time. So, yeah, a little gray would have been nice, right? A little kind of, I mean, AI's cool for this. I don't know about that. I like this, but what about that? Would have been good, just to see that aspect of things. But when if you're just looking at it at face value, if you're not thinking too tough, yeah, as I say, I think it's enjoyable. The ending, kind of feel that there's consequences that you need to see play out, you know. There is a bit of that, and I think just the last few minutes of the film, it did seem a little bit too easy, you know, a little bit too easy. You know what I mean? Like it's just you could have gone mad dark with it, right? Which would I feel would have made more sense. Would have made more sense. And no one's reading contracts, right? That should be a big part of this. Read a motherfucking contract, people. Don't just sign willy-nilly all over the shop, because who knows what will happen. That's the big takeaway here. You know what I mean? That's the big takeaway, son. Read a fucking contract before you sign it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did think it was interesting. I think it's worth a watch. I think if you like stuff like Encounter or Batteries Not Included, you know what I mean? I think this one could work for you. Recently, oh God, I know it changed its name. Ah, God damn, I know the film changed its name because we looked at it during I want to say it was Dancing with Film. Dancing, yeah. I mean, I was going to say Dancing with Wolves, but no, that's not it. Yes, I want to say it was during Dancing with Wolves, and we spoke to the writer Adam. I think it's Sabel. I might be wrong. Fuck, what was the name of Adam's film? It was like Alien something. I figure. I feel. But yes, I mean, it is kind of similar to that type of thing. I would say the way that the sci-fi is handled, it is definitely. I would definitely check it out. Right. So UK, you can buy it from the 26th of December. Yes, Boxing Day. You'll be able to purchase it on all your favorite VODs, right? Now, on the 1st of January, it becomes available to rent, right? So wherever you rent movies, you will be able to pick this one up. So yeah. Now, if you're in the US, I believe you can already rent and buy it. So you know, all the spots, Amazon, and it's just yeah, wherever you go, you will be able to find that one. So yeah, it depends what country you're in, people. You know what I mean? But yeah, the pod generation, I believe it is worth a look. So yeah, you know, yeah, see what you fancy, what you want to do. But yeah, I don't think you will really go too wrong with a little bit of you know, lo-fi sci-fi in your life, because yeah, it's definitely interesting, man. It's definitely interesting. And oh, so the film was, I think it was the warm season. I think it was the warm season, but God, it was such a while ago, man. I could very well be wrong. My memory isn't what it used to be. I ain't gonna lie, you know. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about, people. When you listen to the podcast for this long, you've been you know what I mean, doing your thing. So go check that out. But yes, the pod generation, 26th of December, 1st of January. There you go.